In this van, I now have a complete kitchen. For now. I'm not sure if many of you know or if I even said it on the channel, but I used to own a restaurant in New York City. The reason I bring that up is that it was super small. The kitchen was behind the bar. I had a convection oven, an induction cooktop, fridges obviously, and that was kind of it. We put out a bunch of food from there. We even made burgers. It was super popular. Look at that young me being an entrepreneur. I don't even know how old I was. I digress. The whole kitchen was within arm's reach. Anybody that worked there behind that kitchen loved that about it. If they worked in bigger kitchens, they had to go and run around and get stuff. Here, everything was around them. On this channel, I love to cook. If you've been here for a while, you know that. That's my thing. I love to cook here and I love to show you guys what I cook. Maybe you get some ideas. If you're new to the channel, then let me bring you up to speed. I thought it'd be a very fun video for me to make for you to go through this kitchen of mine in the small van. I've done some videos in the past, but this is the most recent one. At the end of the video, I'm obviously not going to leave you hanging. I'm going to actually cook something in my newest gadget because, you know, Prime, and it was on sale. Let's go. Just FYI, this is not going to be a van tour. This is only going to cover kitchen related stuff, but it does include some storage and some stuff that I use for cooking. First things first, number one, I've always wanted to have a nice big birch countertop in the house even, so I get to have it in a van. Plenty of space for me to cook on. I really love the way it looks. Is it the best thing to have in a van because it's heavy? Probably not, but I really wanted it, so I got it. I also drilled a hole, well, not a hole, I cut a hole for the sink that I have. The same thing, I wanted to have a deep sink and big enough for me to wash whatever I need to wash to be cooking. It's from Ruvati and I love it. It's plenty enough for me to do all the dishes and wash all the food that I need. Underneath, the water comes from a 5-gallon water jug with a foot pump. It's a super simple setup, but it works really well because of the sink being so deep. That's the only thing I could fit in there, so I had to compromise some things. There's also a small gray water tank that can only be good for one night, and it's behind the water jug. Number two is storage. I have 3 of my drawers dedicated to food storage. I think I have more drawers dedicated to food storage than I have for my clothes. I may have a problem. For the most part, most of them are pantry, Tapware, and pots and pans. The one underneath me doesn't have any pots and pans. It just has canned goods, a lot of spicy sauce, has quinoa in there, oatmeal in there, rice, a bunch of lentil, because I bought a big bag one day on sale, thought I could store it, so I'm still like working on it. That's why you may see a lot of the latest videos have lentil in it, because I'm trying to go through it. The drawer down here next to me, it's usually fruits and vegetables that don't need refrigeration, at least for a while. Bread, tortillas, and other stuff. In the back of it, I have my newest gadget, which we'll talk about in a second. However, I will tell you that in that gadget is where I keep my potatoes. Gotta utilize any storage that I can. Finally, the last drawer. My drawers are just crates from IKEA and they're like pretty big. I don't know why I'm calling them drawers, but they're just, you get it. Because of they're being tall, then the bottom of them are full with canned beans and canned goods, and then I place stuff on the top that I can reach faster, and it's usually my pot and pan and a bunch of Tupperware. What I do on this channel, I do cook, but I also like to pre-cook meals, especially if I'm not out camping anywhere. Then when I'm in the city, I just reheat them and then eat really quickly, and I still get to eat at home rather than eat out. I do have other storages. I do have my jars with grains and other stuff. Let's start with my main go-to pan on the go. I'll tell you the reasons why this is my favorite pan. And it's this thing right here. The first reason why this is my favorite pan is because, well, it's the biggest one that I could find. So I do like only 1-pan meals. It's also coated with ceramic, so it's not toxic. Please don't use Stefan. It's just not worth it. It's made out of aluminum and other different materials. And it's pretty light. It works on my induction stove. If I feel like I get a chip in there or a cut and then the aluminum comes through, then I buy a new pan. But so far I've had this for over a year and it's been great. I treat it well, you know, I take care of it. The other reason why I like this is because it heats up quickly and it cools off quickly. The one thing I don't like about it, it doesn't come with a lid. I wish it had a lid, but it doesn't. Some of the meals that I make require a different pan. I'm gonna show you right now. The next one is my smaller pan. It's stainless steel, and it also can be used on induction cooktop. This can actually also be used on a campfire, which I have used, or in an oven, but I don't have a regular oven and I can't put it in the microwave, obviously. You know, it's a good pan when it's bottom heavy. So if anybody wants to come in the van, I just by the way, I am going to link all the stuff that I'm talking about today, or most of it, if it's from Amazon. So if you're interested, they're gonna be down there. Oh, and these come with a lid. I also have this pot right here, which I also store some of the Tapware. This is also stainless steel. It's also good for the induction cooktop. The same thing, I can put it on a campfire if I need to. I have something else for that though. And this also has a lid. I usually pretty much make all my soups and stuff like that in this one. I also have a Dutch oven. My favorite hands down thing to cook in is my Dutch oven, which is cast iron. Hold on, I'll go get it. All right. Now I have this bad boy. It's not only a Dutch oven, hopefully I'm not getting these dirty. It's also a pan and a pot. I usually only use it mostly when I'm camping because it takes a little bit more maintenance. I can't just like cook really quickly, put it away. For the most part, it's pretty well seasoned, but I make sure I season it well. Cooks really evenly. I even have this little rack that I can make pizza in it. It's iron, so it's good for you. One downfall that this has, well, one, obviously, because it's very heavy. It takes a long time to cool down. I can't use it in the city, cook something quickly and then leave. I can't leave it out, I have to put it back. So I have to wait for it to cool down. The other pans don't really need much maintenance, but this one does. If I need to, it will work on my induction cooktop, which I'll talk about in a minute. Okay, that didn't get dirty. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Had to move again. Because of every time, they find me every time without fail. I'm devoted to make this video happen. I think I need another coffee. Just give me a second. We're back. Why am I so angry? Most of the plates that I have in this van right now, they're made out of bamboo. They're pretty much microwave safe and, well, they don't break. But I do have these wooden bowls from IKEA. That's where I make my salads in. They're usually only used during the summer. Now I keep most of those in the microwave, which I'll show you later. That is always used as storage if I don't use it. Now on the side doors, I also have some storage. I definitely have my knives. On the other door, I have a lot of my spices. And I also have this storage that's supposed to be put in the back of a chair in a car. I have it on the door, and again I have some things in there that super easy to grab, so I don't have to like search for stuff. How many knives do I have in my van? I don't know. I want to say it's around 15 knives, including this puppy right here, and it's something that I carry with me all the time. If you want to watch a video with my everyday carry, I have one of those. I'll link it up here. I don't know why I showed you that, but let's continue. Did I even hit record on this thing? One of the side doors, what's nice about that, I have a drop lift table. When I bring that up, I can cook outside, chop vegetables or whatever I need to chop on there. And it's a really nice outside kitchen. I try to cook outside as much as I can if the weather permits and I'm in a place where I'm camping. I don't really cook outside in a parking lot. Have I ever done that? I don't know. This is kind of a parking lot, so I've definitely cooked here, but it's at a park. Oh. Tell me all your secrets. All right, now let's talk stove/appliances that I have in the van. And my main cooktop or stove is this thing right here. What's really, really cool about this, well, one, it's pretty small, stays tucked away in the bag on one of the side doors. Great storage for it, to be honest. The coolest thing about this is that it has a wattage button. So it has 600, 900, and 1300. If you have a smaller battery system, this is perfect. I will tell you, if you try to boil water, it's better if you can do the 1300 watts. I can plug it inside, I can plug it outside. Stores away when I don't need it. Now, one of the stoves that I've actually started with and had for a while before I got anything else was this. Wrong side. But it's this baby right here. This was my main way of cooking. It's nice that it has a case to store it so it doesn't rattle as much. This flips up. And then it uses these butane things. Oh, there's one in there already. It does work with propane as well. Those are like the green cylinders. I have some of those as well back there, and it stores away really nicely. I also have a 2-burner cooktop stovetop on top of the how many times do I say top? Doesn't matter. It has a 12 burner and it only works on propane. It's got a little bit more power than this one. That one I got after I got this one, but not after I got the electric stuff. That's why I don't use that as much anymore. I'll pop it out once in a while if I make this crazy meal where I need different burners, but for the most part it stays up there. Why do I still carry this stuff? I'm not a hoarder, I'm telling you. One, because of an emergency. If something, God forbid, goes wrong with my electric and I can't use it, I can still heat stuff up and cook that way. Also, I have them. If I were to sell them, they're probably not gonna be worth much. If by any means I meet one of you on the road and you don't have one, then I'll give it to you. I don't just want to throw them out because they're in perfectly good condition and they work well, and I have a place to store them. So that's what it is with that. Now onto the other appliances. You obviously just saw me make coffee with this. When I first started van life, I also had a regular tea kettle, which I also have in the back. But now this is my main source of heating water, and I like it because it collapses. Still got a few drops of water in there. It only uses around 800 watts. I use it not only to make coffee or tea. I don't really drink much tea, but I try. If I ever have a dish that I need to heat water for, like soups that I make, I'd rather heat the water in here because it does it much faster. It has all these cool settings. You know, if you want to make tea, if you want to make coffee, boil water, oatmeal, noodles, all that stuff. Love this thing. Had it for a while. It's been great. If it ever goes, it goes. It's not expensive. I'll just buy another one. I definitely use this puppy every day. On to the other cooking equipment is my microwave. It's somewhat of a new addition. I only got it when I upgraded my battery system. Also have a video about that. I'll link that up here if you want to check that out with all my electrical systems and what I use. The microwave uses around 1400 watts. It's been a game changer for me to have in the van. Because of it, now I can cook for the week, store it, have different kinds of foods, and be able to eat for the whole week on the go when I'm not camping somewhere. Is it necessary? No, but it really helps me eat healthy and not eat out. And it also helps me not do a lot of dishes because I literally like put a bowl in there, heat it up, and that's the one bowl that I need, and maybe a fork or a spoon. Easy cleanup. Love that about a microwave. Now, is it time? I think it's time for the reveal. Probably knew what I was talking about from the thumbnail, but I have this puppy here and it's stored in one of the drawers in the back where I keep my bread. So I got an Instapot. I know it sounds crazy. I know it is crazy, and I am. Do I really need something like this? Quite frankly, you can get by only with that butane 1-burner stove. You really don't need any of this stuff. But it was something that I had in mind for a while. And you know, it was Prime Day, so slow cooker, which is one thing that I love about. It's a pressure cooker. I never used it until we're gonna use it today. We're gonna find out together how good it is. It's a 3-quart. It only takes 700 watts, which was the selling point for me, if I'm being honest. Why one of these? This is where I keep my potatoes, in here. It has a perfect pot for me to make a meal for a few days. The cool thing about it is that you really just chop stuff, put them together, and put some salt and pepper seasoning on there, and you're good to go. I looked around, there's so many recipes out there that I'm excited to show you guys. You know, I'm definitely gonna still cook in the regular traditional way, but new to the family. Now for last but not least, obviously, this is something that I've had from the beginning, and that is my fridge. I got the biggest one that I could afford when I got it. It's been with me since van life started. If you can and you have the power to get a fridge, it's highly recommended. You can do it with a cooler. I've done it for a month or two. Don't have to deal with the water, melted ice, buying ice again. Can't find ice anywhere, so I have to throw a bunch of food away. It just cost me so much money. I even sometimes put my computer in it to cool it down. Yep, I do that. That's how intense my editing is. Okay, now, as promised, let's get cooking in my new gadget here. Put this puppy to the test. It might come out really wrong. Alright, let's give this baby a try. Needs more flavor, but other than that, I for sure thought that tikka masala seasoning or sauce would do the trick. It's a little under seasoned. I need to add some spice to it. Melinda's mango pepper sauce.